What is good, YouTube? Quinway basketball analysis coming to y'all with that quick analysis. We're gonna talk about James Wiseman only because I talked about LaMelo Ball and I have talked about Anthony Edwards, and it's only fair to do the second overall pick. This is a guy that's highly touted. A lot of people felt like he can be the next Tim Duncan. Some people feel like he's a two-way talent. Some people feel like he has high upside because of his age and the team that he plays for and the experience that he can gain from playing with a championship pedigree type of team. I was low on James Wiseman coming into the draft, and he's been pretty solid, a little worse than I thought that he would be, especially from the rebounding end. But offensively, he's been pretty solid, getting the dunks and being able to shoot the three at a 37% clip is very impressive. And the Warriors needed something like that. You look at JaVale McGee and the Zaza Pachulias; those was guys that just was screen setters and guys that can just play a specific role. You have a guy like Wiseman that can really, develop his body and develop his shot consistency, especially from mid range and from three. And you got you a versatile weapon that can really create his own off the dribble from time to time while also being able to space the floor, while also being so fast enough to get to the basket and get layups and dunks, while also being able to be long and fast enough to catch lobs and finish around the rim. It gives the Warriors something that you would dream of them having, and they have it now. Now it's just about staying with him. They have had his back. They have made him a starter. They have believed in him. They have really been patient with him. And that's what you need when you have a teenager coming into a team that is still expected to win. A lot of people had the Warriors as a team that was a contender. They really did. Until Clay went down. We really didn't know what it was going to be, but it would have been more interesting if they would have had Clay included with this roster, instead of not having him at all and paying him all the money that he's getting now. But what I will say is this: James Wiseman, I'm starting to see why people like him. I'm not buying stock right now, but he's an interesting guy, especially if he can develop defensively. A guy that can switch multiple positions, be a guy that can clog up the paint, help and rotate, a guy that can, defend guards and forwards, and not really be a slouch defensively. It's going to take him some years to get there. But I think that's the big idea. Is James Wiseman is a guy that has everything talent wise that you want, while also having high upside skill wise, and that's something that's special. You really can't find too many guys. Even now, you look at the Embiids and the Jokic's; those guys are highly coveted, and they have a guy that's far away from there, but with the right team and the right coaching and the right system, he can get there. Especially if he puts in the work and he has the love and the passion for the game, he can become a very integral part of this team. And right now, he's specifically being a role player on this team right now, and I definitely would like to see him rebound at a higher level. It will come, especially when he gets more opportunity, more trust, and obviously more minutes. His numbers will be a little inflated and they will go up because of those reasons. But I'm starting to see why a lot of people are high on Wiseman. I'm starting to see it because when I looked at him in high school and college, I seen the guy with a lot of potential. I seen guy with a lot of upside, but normally that's what we see throughout the draft every year. A guy that can really do this or that do that in your head, but actually seeing them play throughout this season and seeing how they utilize him and seeing the belief that they have in him, that's something that you need from day one. You need a supporting cast. You need the help and the belief to really show you that we know you can be this guy. We know you have it in you, and we're going to put you in position to succeed now, but we also need you to be better for us in the future. Because remember, I think Steph and these guys can play for a while. They're showing that now. And, Wiseman, obviously, on his rookie contract, is going to be there for years too. And obviously, if Clay comes back, they have another floor spacer that gives them even more room. to operate in the paint and be able to move around a little bit more, especially because Draymond is just choosing not to score that much this season. It will be good, to get another guy that can shoot threes and come off screens and keep the defense moving and honest. And that will open up opportunities for him to get the lobs and make the passes and get the shots. That will be open, and that will make this team a lot more dangerous, especially if he can be better defensively. Because if this guy can protect the rim, while also being able to, stay in front of guys on the perimeter, this team is going to be difficult, especially with Draymond down there. He has been solid to me defensively this season, especially as a help defender, and having two guys with that length and that mobility at those forward and center position, they can be very dangerous. I don't expect Clay to be the same defensively coming off two lower injuries to his leg. It wouldn't be right to do that, and it wouldn't be fair. But at the same time, you know, that's what situation that they're in. That's how they have to deal with it. But Wiseman, his is just more about developing the IQ, knowing where to be, knowing when to help, paying attention to the rotations, paying attention to where guys are at on the court, being aware basically at the end of the day, and just being stronger, being able to take the physicality, being able to, take the bumps from the Embiids and the Jokic's that like to bump you, move you, and get into you. You have to be able to take those, because those are the guys you're going to have to beat, if you want to be the best center or one of them. And Jokic is in the West. You have Anthony Davis also down there. You have a lot of bigs now in this league, and that's why you have to really be happy that the Warriors, if you're a fan, took a guy like Wiseman with that upside, because he has the body, he has all that. It's just about figuring out the mental part of it and being stronger, and that comes with time. So I'm seeing a little bit more, because like you look at a lot of these guys in the draft, they're doing pretty well, and they had the same situation where their skills or their role type players, and Wiseman has one of the biggest upsides out of all of them. And the fact that he's so young, but he has all this raw talent that you see each and every night that he's on the court, is kind of scary 3 to 4 years from now, if he really wants it, because it all does depend on if you're paying attention. Do you really want to do it? Do you really want to grow? Do you really want to learn? And at the end of the day, do you really want to put the necessary work in that you have to be great in this sport? Already being a starting center on a potential playoff team is already something that's amazing. This is a team that's perfect for a guy like James Wiseman to come in. That's why I didn't have a problem with them picking him at number two, not only from their perspective, but for James Wiseman's side. They needed a center. They needed a guy that can do what he brings to the table, already, and the upside that he has. So to me, he's in a perfect situation to succeed. And now it's just about, does he want it for himself, and what is he willing to do each and every night to get there, in the future? Because this is a solid rookie season. You look at the numbers, he has been a productive big. In 20 minutes, he's giving you 51% from the field, 37% from three, while also giving you 6 rebounds and 1 block and 12 points per game. That's pretty solid in how they've been utilizing him and what his role is right now. And in the future, hopefully he can get a little bit more touches to really show that he can be more to this team, because their guys going to get a little older, but they still far away from being bad. Now it's just about what Wiseman is going to become in the future, because this team lost some big pieces, and they have had some big blows, and they have failed from being in the finals every year to being a lottery team to now they're a team fighting to just be a playoff team. And that's crazy, considering that that was only 2 years ago when they was in the finals, and now they're trying to get back to that culture and trying to let people know that we're still great. Now next season we'll see if they can get back to that championship level that they want to be at in their 30s all together as a trio. So, James Wiseman is a big part of that. Adding Clay would definitely help his development. Adding Clay would definitely help his offensive game. And also, it makes his job a lot easier too. Set some screens, roll, pick your spots, knock down shots. Next thing you know, you averaging 16, 17, 18 points per game, and it's not even difficult to do it. I mean, averaging 12 points in 20 minutes is already pretty well. for this season. But once they get that extra floor spacer and that extra creator, then it's going to be, can you just make the play? Can you just finish the play? And can you rebound and defend your position or defend perimeter guys enough to keep the defense honest? So to me, I like it. I'm seeing it. I'm enjoying it a lot more, even though he's not having a rookie of the year type season. He is showing a lot more. For me personally, I'm starting to see why people love him a lot and why people was high on him. But don't cry, Warriors fans. You didn't get LaMelo, you didn't get these other guys, but Wiseman surely he's showing what he can be. It's gonna take some years for him to get there though. But that's what happens when you draft a 19-year-old playing the center position. This is a difficult position to play. This is a difficult position to learn, and it's important because of defense and rebounding and protecting the rim and being able to set up other guys and create space for other guys. So there's a lot of fundamental things you have to do as a center, and there's a lot of things mentally that you have to figure out. And Wiseman has a tough task. Now it's just about getting it done. I don't have no problems with him. I have no beefs with him. I don't feel like he's been a disappointment. I just feel at the end of the day, this is a project that they're going to build upon, and build upon, and hopefully he can become that monster that they see, the people see, and, I'm starting to see a little bit more now. Other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. Enjoy y'all day, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.